Okay. All right. So everybody's got their Fitball. I'm going to keep my phone to see if William can join us. All right. So we're going to start seated on the ball. So usually you guys were asking me, when you've got a ball, you want your body to be about 90 degrees. So hip to knee, knee to ankle. But mostly this hip to knee, you want it to be almost parallel to the ground. If you're a little higher, that's fine. Now, if the ball is too high, it becomes a little off, okay? But whatever you have will work with, okay? Then you want your sit bones to come right over the ball. So make sure you're not sitting like this on the ball. It's very easy. And it's not so good to be here as well. So try to be in the center. And then stack the ribs over the pelvis and the head. Shift the head to be over the ribs. And let's breathe. So breathing to the back side in front of the rib cage. Now, when you pull the pelvic floor up, imagine this is your pelvic floor. Imagine that you're pulling the ball up your pelvis to your belly button. Okay? So use the imagery of the ball pulling or sucking the ball up. There he is. I don't need this anymore. Okay? So keep your breath to the back side in front of the ribs. In, breathe out, try to imagine that you want to hook the ball with both sit bones and lift the ball up through the pelvis. And when you do that, you should immediately feel the activation of the abdominals right above the pubic bone. Then pull the belly button in, lift everything up, hug your ribs. Breathing in, expanding the rib cage. Back, side, front, breathe out, pull the sit bones together, lift the pelvic floor, sink the abdominals, lift, hug the hips, the waist, and the ribs. Now, are you able to, when you breathe out, pull the abdominals up evenly? If not, think of pulling the side that's weak, that sit bone off the ball and up with the abdominals, okay? Try to get everything to be working even on both sides, the pelvic floor, the abdominals, and the hugging on both sides. Good. If you feel that lack of balance on the ball, you can always open your legs wider. If you want to stay parallel in alignment with your hip bones, it's more unstable. You have to just work your core a little bit more. Also, make sure, let me be right in the center so I don't look off center. Make sure you're not sitting to the side. Yeah, so the ball is going to start giving us feedback. If we're not even on both sides, it's going to roll to one side more than the other. So try to make sure that you're centered on the ball is not moving. Give me two more. Keep lengthening up. Pull that ball up through the pelvic floor. Sink that pubic bone right below the belly button. Belly button. Hug the hip bones, waist, and ribs. Now, let's move the pelvis. So like we do the imprint and the arching on the floor, we're going to do the same with the ball. So on the breath in, lengthen. On the breath out, pull the pelvic floor, scoop and hollow the abdominals. Remember, it's not strong. It's like 20 to 30%. Push the ball away. Now look where I started and look how I ended. I'm not shifting, okay? So you pull, scoop the abdominals, push the ball away, but stay centered. Breathe the head and neck. Breathe in, push the ball away with the tailbone arching the low back. Okay? Now from the ribs up, we're trying to stay in the same spot. Breathe out, round, scooping. Breathe in, lengthen the spine, push. Make your movement as small or as big as you want. Try not to tighten the abdominals. So Simone, I'm seeing you falling to your right side. Yeah, I'm seeing you do this to the right. Check your body. Just make sure you're not leaning when you're rounding. Good, William, that looks good. Nice, nice. So we want to stay really linear. Are you going to the side? Is the ball moving to the side? No. Stay in one line. If you're going side to side, there's something not working right. So we engage the front of the abdominals, both columns on the back of the body. Lengthen the body when you go forward and back. Try not to drop the ribs, the neck, and the head. Give me a couple more. Keep in that one line. Imagine there's a line on the floor. You're following it exactly. We're not shifting side to side. And then come back to center and rest. Okay, now we go side to side. So now we have a line going this way from our sit bones out to the side. Still center, breathe out. Push the ball to your right. Push the ball to the left. Push and look at me, not moving. Just that pelvis going side to side. Also, remember, it's a line on the floor and it has to go straight on that line. It's not going back. It's not going zigzagging. It's straight to the side, straight to the other side. And if you're really lengthening, you should feel the stretch on that low back, yeah? One side will be working, the other side will be pushing. So when you push to your right, your left waist and sit bone is the one pushing. And you get a stretch there. This one is the one pulling. And then push from this side, lengthen the body, and get that lengthening on this side. Okay, we're gonna go into full circles. Nice. If anybody's out of balance, you feel free to keep your hands on the ball to give you some stability. All right, so now we're gonna draw a full circle with the ball. So you have a circle drawn on the floor around the ball, around the edge of the ball, and it's about a palm away from it. And the ball has to touch that circle. Starting with the scooping and pushing the ball forward. Now, we're gonna draw those circles. So you're gonna take the ball towards your right. You're gonna take it all the way back, and it's gonna touch that bigger circle that was around the ball. It's gonna go to your left, and it's gonna come forward. Now, my center, which is the head, the ribs are not moving. I'm trying to just move from my waist down. Breathe in to go back. Breathe out to do the front of the circle. Okay, so we're trying to do about 5 to each direction. So I'm going really big. I'm staying here, but look, my legs are actually going almost straight. Okay, so scoop here, here. I'm keeping my body, my legs are almost straight here, but I'm exaggerating my circle. You don't have to be that big. So when you're done with 5, you can realign and start going to the left or the other side. So you scoop again and you start to the other side. Keep the upper body still. Squeeze maybe the scapulas on the back of the body to help you maintain stability. And just move through the pelvis. Abdominal side of the body, back of the body when you push back. The other side of the body, now the front. And the upper back is all lengthening. Breathe out for the front circle. Breathe in for the back semicircle. And that's probably 5 for me. Finish your 5. Woo, that feels so good. Releases everything. Stay long through the spine. Keep lengthening that spine as you move. That's good. Relax your shoulders, William. Yeah, relax your upper body. Just from the bottom. Okay, so find the position on the ball that you think where the tips of the sit bones are. Now, scoop the abdominals and activate the back. So the front of the body and the back of the body should be working evenly to keep you stable. And we're going to start with our marches, okay? Now, you can hold on to the ball to give you more stability. Start this way. Bring your legs a little closer to give you even more stability. Breathe out. Pull that ball up the pelvic floor. Hug the hip bones and the ribs. And I'm going to go. Right leg floats up. Woo! Dancing. And it comes down. This is my weak side. And then again, breathe out. Hold everything in and march the other leg. Now, lots of hip flexor work. So if you can't go that high, that's fine. If you're on a higher ball, you should be happier. If you're on a lower ball, you have to work the hip flexors more. So hug, connect, find stability, go to the tiptoe if that's all you can, then take it up slowly and then bring it down. It's gonna get a little bit better as you go. So when you feel like, ooh, I'm much more stable, hands come off the ball, and you can bring it here. You can keep it on your legs if you feel it helps. So easy to find that weaker side, right? The strong side comes up, the weaker side, Good, control. Try to minimize any movement on that ball. Tailbone is reaching straight down to the back of that ball. The rest of the body is going up. So don't overarch your back, don't round your back. Good, try to do 2 more. We should be much happier now. I spoke too soon. Good, and relax. If you need to release, just forward and back again to release that hip flexor. Good, that was nice. All right, let's do a little bit side to side. So we're gonna keep one hand down towards your right side, arm goes up, and try to do a side flexion to where your pelvis doesn't shift. So you're gonna move mainly from the ribs and up. So you kind of stay aligned. This hand is pressing into the ball. The other hand is reaching to the ceiling and you're doing that side stretch. Now, with the hip of the arm that's up, push the ball a little bit towards this side and you get a deeper stretch. Breathe into the ribs. And then on your next breath out, bring the ball back, bring the arm back. Good. Other side, arm goes up. Lengthen. Look how much lengthening. The ribs go up. From the outer arm, knock the shoulder. So rotate your armpit in. Breathe in, breathe out, shifting just from the ribs, pressing to the ball to help you go to the side. Keep this connected, the ribs and the pelvis, tailbone long to the ball. Now push the ball away to the opposite side and you feel that opening. Stay here and give me 2 breaths to the ribs. Breathe in, arm goes up, breathe out, ball pushes more maybe, stay long. Good, and then when you're ready, arm comes down, 1 more to each side. So arm goes up, lengthen from the rib, from the outer arm, the shoulder stays wide, and lengthen the sit bones down. Breathe in, breathe out, press into the ball with the opposite arm, keep reaching the arm and up. Now don't disconnect the ribs, so connect it back in, tailbone stays down. And then when you're ready, breathe out, push the ball away just a little bit, but you have to reach this up before you push the ball. Breathe into the ribs here, open and reach. Like you want to come off the ball, then breathe out, push the ball. On your next breath out, we're going to come down and release. So don't go down to the side, go up. Okay, last arm, connect the ribs, breathe in. Breathe out, shift, pressing into the ball to help you. Breathe in, lengthen again. Breathe out. Now reach the arm and the ribs up and then push the ball away. On your next breath out, we come back down. Nice. And release. Woo! Okay, so let's do a little bit of crunches. We're gonna roll down a little bit from the ball. So we're gonna walk the feet forward. Okay, you're gonna keep your pelvis on the ball and you're gonna keep your scapulas on the ball. Now, if your upper shoulders and head stay off the ball, we're gonna support it. This is going to be more work. You're gonna round over the ball without moving anything except for the ribs. You're going to lift the head, push the back of the ribs into the ball to lift you, but you're maintaining that nice long line. Don't pull through the head. If you need more support, you need to walk forward more, and your shoulders need to be on the ball. And then you don't arch as much, you just crunch from here. But don't drop your butt. Your butt is gonna have to be working a little bit up. Don't drop. Just keep it up with the lower abdominals working. So here, with the shoulders and head off the ball more, is more work on the crunch, okay? So you pick what you need to do. Now, really support the head, lengthen it with your arms, open your elbows to 45 degrees, crunch up, push the back of the ribs into the ball. Lengthen the neck so you're not pulling. Keep the abdominals engaged as you arch over the ball. Of course, it's gonna stretch, but you're not letting go of them. Now, breathe out, pull the belly in, push the bottom ribs into the ball, lengthen the rest of the body and bring it up in one piece. And go back, round over the ball. And don't ever lose those abdominals. They're always working. Don't pull on the neck. Nice. You should really be feeling those abdominals. So Simone, go walk your body back more and get your shoulders off the ball more. Okay, you're hanging out. You should feel your abdominals are already working without much effort. Even more. Walk back more. I want your shoulders off the ball. No? Okay. So arch and pull. Give me 3 more. We're going to imagine that we did 8. Sink the belly, yeah? Don't push the abdominals to the ceiling. Sink and then come up. Keep your chin tucked in the whole time so we're not pulling through that neck. Good. So finish your last one and you can rest by either arching over the ball and staying there, or you can just bend your knees and come down a little more. You decide where you want to rest. Good. Okay, so we're going to go back to the crunches and we're going to add marches, okay? But before we do that, I want you to crunch up and hold the crunch, and you can come down the ball a little bit more if you feel that it's more support for you. Okay, up here you have to work those abs much more. And then, with control, you're gonna march one leg up and down, just the legs. And down. So, connect the abdominals and the ribs. Okay, we're not tucking and squeezing the butt much. We're just lifting abdominals. So keep your hip bones coming up. Now we're holding a crunch, and that crunch we're holding is what's giving us a lot of support, yeah? So make sure you crunch up. You're pushing those bottom ribs into the ball. You're scooping those abdominals. Yeah, you can hold the ball if you're not so comfortable. You can also come down more. Yeah, come down here more, and this is gonna be a little bit easier. Good, and then when you're done with those 8, just round over the ball one more time, rest, and we're gonna combine both. So we're gonna combine the crunch and the march. So we're gonna round over the ball. When you crunch up, one leg comes up. Good luck. Woo! And then round over the ball, and when you crunch, the other leg comes up. Okay, so just move slow and control. Try to get the contraction and that work on the abdominals. This is serious core work. Dania, perfect. Stay crunch, hold on, and do whatever it's comfortable for you. If you need to support the head, being down here, it's still doable. You can support the head, and when you're lower here, you're warm. There you go. Crunch, so do your 8. And when you're done with the 8, I want you to crunch, put your hand on the ball if you want, and you're gonna walk all the way up to seated. Yes, I hope you felt that. Good, so finish this last one and walk yourself up to the ball. Just walk back. Okay, and we're gonna keep that walking, all right? Now, we're gonna walk to like a tabletop position. So you're gonna start here, walk to as far as you can. You're gonna round the pelvis and do this tuck that we were doing. You're gonna keep it there. You're gonna keep walking, walking, walking. You can go all the way to where just the head is touching. Then you're gonna push back. Head comes up, crunch, keep the tuck, walk back, come back to seated position. So it's a lot of work on the back of the body and the front with a crunch. All right? So you can start small and then start making your movements bigger. Start scooping round, like doing a bridge. Walk rounding that pelvis and you're maintaining that crunch. Walk as far as you can. So here, my neck and my head are resting, but look at my pelvis. I'm keeping it up as high as I can. Abs tight. And then I use the back of my legs. Lift your head, crunch, keep crunching as you keep walking back. It's like the roll up and the roll down. Good, keep it up. So round scooping, scoop, scoop. Imagine that you're rolling down, yeah? Go only as far as you can. So Rania, if you need to stop here, that's fine. If you need to hold on to the ball, that's fine. Yeah? And then you can use the ball to come up. You can push yourself if you need help. So there's a lot of things you can do to help you out. Keep the glutes working after you walk forward. Lift good, Raya. That's it. And then use your hamstrings. So start walking back with the back of the body. Crunching, rounding, coming up to seated, rounding everything and pushing. There you go. Nice work, everyone. Nice, Simone. Good, William. That's it. Go as far forward as you can still stay supported, but high. Nice. Okay, so finish your last one. Stay up for a second, because on the next one, I want you to go as wherever you can. You're going to stay supported through the neck, the head. If you want to come forward more, it will be just the upper shoulders and the head. And then from here, we're going to drop the butt, abs tight, squeeze the glutes, come up. Yeah? Now we're working from here, from the hamstring and the glutes, never from the low back, right? So your hands stay on your shoulders, and wherever you chose to do your bridge, you can be more supported here, and you can just do from here. Okay? The further forward you go, the more you have to support your body. So find where you need to be. Connect here, abs tight. Your heels are under your knees. Don't open them up too wide. The narrower you go, the more work it is. So lift the pubic bone and abdominals, lengthen the tailbone down towards your knees. And drop your butt down. You can arch your back and drop as far as you want. And then scoop the abdominals. Tuck your pelvis a little bit. Lift through the back of the body with the abs super strong. No low back. And drop, breathing in. And lift. Think of glutes lifting you, abdominals tightening. 3. Keep your knees straight. Keep the mound of the big toe pressing on the floor. And keep your knees in alignment with hip bones. I don't know, 5, 6. Abs, abs, abs. Please don't push with your low back. 7. Keep your chest and shoulders nice and open. 8. Abs tight. 9. And 10. Stay here. Abs tight. Tiny pulses. And 1. Tuck. Tuck. 3. Abs and butt against each other. 5. 6. 7, relax shoulders and neck, everybody. 8, squeeze that butt to the ceiling. 9, keep your ribs down. 10, and roll down, butt to the floor. Woo-hoo. Nice. So if you can lean into the ball comfortably, cross the leg and pull and stretch. Good, you should feel it on the butt, yeah? Nice. And your leg can stay as low as you need it, or you can pull it up as much as you want. Now this hand can push this leg away if you need to. Just make sure you're not twisting at the pelvis when you push. And breathe. Good. And let's switch legs. So you can slide this leg down. Bring the other down, cross, and pull, and push. Good. Open up that chest. Don't fall into that ball. Then you can put your ball against your sofa and just lean into it so you don't have much effort going on. There we go. We can cheat. There. Okay, and release. All right, so from here, let's turn sideways. Come up into your knees, and let's do some side work. Okay, so we're gonna keep one knee down. We're gonna lean into the ball, and then the other leg is gonna come out. So if anybody needs to support the knee with more sponge, you just roll up your mat under your knee. Okay? All right, nice. All right, so this hand is gonna come into the ball and hug it as much as you need to. Okay, you can put this other hand behind your head. Actually, let's start with it here. And what we're gonna do is press this rib into the ball, come up and try to form the straightest line you can, and you should feel this working. Come back down. Okay, if you feel that the hand in the head is better, go ahead and put it there. Crunch and reach that elbow as if you want to reach it to your hip and come back down. Okay, watch that your shoulders are not collapsing. And push the rib cage into the ball, come up. It's a small movement, but you should feel this crunching, yeah? Right here. And down. And 3. Watch my head. I'm not doing this. It's not going to help me. Keep it in line with the body. If you need this hand to support it. 4. Woo! That's harder. I'm sliding. 5. Connect the hips and the ribs, so make sure your butt's not sticking out. 6. 7. Keep this connection. So you're tucking a little bit. 8. Good. 9. And 10. Good. Support your head with your hand. This hand comes over the ball. Okay? Now, connect this again and push the hip into the ball. And this leg is going to come up and down. So flex at the foot, reach and lengthen, and up you go. 1. Keep your toes facing me. And this hand can support you as much as you need to. 2. Good. If you don't want to use the hand, just keep it here. 3. Lengthen the body. Even though you're over that ball, you're trying to lengthen away from it. 5. 6. Good. 7. Nice. Keep that toe facing down a little bit more. 8. Keep this connection. No butt sticking out. Ribs in. Abs up. 9. Who is feeling the bottom leg? 10. Keep it up. Reach the heel away. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold this ab. 9, 10. Bring it down. Good. Bring your knees in. Rest for a second. Good. So the bottom leg, if you're not using a lot of arm, is working harder than that top leg. Yeah? Okay, we're gonna go back into the same side and we're gonna try to do leg kicks, and that's going to be really challenging on the core, okay? So again, you lean into the ball, this leg goes out. Woo, see, I just slide into it. So just let your leg come down as much away from the ball as much as it needs to. Support the head, and we're gonna bring the leg up and we're gonna kick it forward and back. Woo, and that is challenging your core. If your hand is here, it's helping you. No hand, you have to use the core to support you. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see me well. Move a little bit here. Yeah, so my leg comes forward and it goes back. So we're doing 10. I don't know how many you've done. I'm trying to stay straight on that wall. My challenging, see how this leg goes up to help me, is to get my leg to go back without arching. So I'm not doing this. You're still maintaining the connection of the abdominals and the back. And forward without leaning back. So I'm trying to not move my ball and just support my body with my core. Yeah, otherwise I'll be doing this and this, and the ball is just going forward and back. Finish about 8 to 10. The leg stays up, up with the legs, everyone. Come on, keep it high. 9. Of course, I don't know how much it is. And 10. Bring it down and rest. Woo! That's some serious work. Okay, so whenever we're going forward and back, we're truly challenging the front and the back of your torso. All right, let's do this side. So now we get to maybe stretch the side. Not really, this is gonna hurt just as bad. Okay, so leaning into the ball, leg comes out, and the whole arch of the foot from heel to big toe is on the floor. Come over the ball, and hand can stay here. You can support the head, hand here or here. We're gonna crunch. First, connect, hips stacked. So a little bit of a lift and a down of the ribs. Tailbone is reaching along the leg. And here we go for our 10 crunches. So we're breathing out, pressing the rib into the ball to lift, head in alignment with spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, so different on my strong side. Breathe out. 3. Stretch that leg away and the torso away. Pull without losing the stretch. 4. 5. 6. Ooh, I'm sliding. 7. 8. If your neck is hurting, just keep tucking the chin. Support the neck more. 9. Hold it. 10. Good. Lean over that ball. Good. You can come down a bit more. Support your head. Hand can come here. Reach that foot, and we're going to go up and down. Okay? So you're resting the rib, but staying long through the body. Almost like you really don't have that ball there. Push your rib into the ball maybe a little bit, and let's go for 10 here. 10. Abs tight. Lengthen the tailbone to the heel. 2. Lift the abdominals, connect the ribs. 3. Toes slightly down. 4. Every time we go up, you need to pull the abdominals so you're not arching. Bring your legs slightly forward if you're arching. 6. 7. Long body. 8. 9. 10. Stay up. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lengthen. 6, 7. If I ask you to release your hands, can you still stay up? 9, 10. Bring it down. There you go. So don't collapse into the ball. Come down. Let's take a quick break. Roll the shoulders. Woo, I'm hot and red. All right, we're doing the kicks forward and back. Okay, so we're going to try to go for 10. Let's go back up, lean into the ball. Woo, a little bit more graceful than I did. Okay, still supporting the head. Lengthen, connect. So I tuck a little bit and I pull a little bit and then I lengthen. Okay, if you're rounded, then you probably need to arch a little bit, whichever takes you to neutral. Leg comes up as high as you can. Now, woo! So my weak side is the one on the ball. Look at the difference from the first side to the side. So because my lower abs are the ones supporting me, and this is my weak side that keeps shifting. So keep your hips stacked, shoulders stacked, and go 3. Woo. 4, breathe in. Good. If you're strong and you don't want to use your arms, then just challenging that way. 6. So hard for me to decide. 7. 8. 9. Don't move the low back or the torso. It's just the leg. It's the glutes and hip flexors. 10. Oh, 6. Oh, that was very difficult. Oh, roll. Okay. Let's get a quick stretch on the shoulders in case I got stressed, because we're going to go into planks. All right. Good. Okay. So planky planks. I don't know what to tell you guys. So usually we do that walking one. Let's do that walking one. That's usually a really good challenging one for the core and the upper body. So we start, I'm going to come a little bit off screen because I'm going to start with the ball on my pelvis. I go over the ball and meet my knees, my legs come up. Then I walk. So as I walk, my abdominals have to work, otherwise I collapse. My legs are pressing down and reaching back. How far do I go? It's entirely up to me. And then you walk back again, okay? And you can rest. Now, you don't need to go very far. I think we're all okay with wrists here, right? So Rania, if it bothers your wrists, okay, good. All right, so watch the shoulders, watch the scapulas a bit. So look at this. When you start walking, what do we need to do? Push, so the scapulas and the shoulders are working. Ribs come up, abs go up. Yeah, more up, more up. Imagine you went around, and that's what you need to do. Now, you can go as far as your toes, and then pushing on that floor, trying to maintain that long line. You go back. Super difficult. Keep lifting the abs, the ribs, pushing into the ground. The scapulas are stable. Think of the lower ribs pushing up as much as it can. You don't need to go very far. It's up to you. And pushing back, as you can tell, is the most challenging. Baby steps, doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be big. So try to do about 6 of those. Good. Nice, everybody looks good. Lift your abs more, William, and your ribs. Yes. Good, Simone, that looks good. Keep that torso floating up through the arms, through the chest, the ribs, the waist, everything. Good, Rania, just play around with it. Anything you do is gonna make you work. There you go. Good. Everybody looks great. Nice, Rania. Lift those pubic bones, even the pubic bone even more. Lift the lower abdominals, right above the pubic bone. When you're done with your, I don't know, 4 to 6-ish, just put the ball in front of you, butt to ceiling, chest down and stretch. Release the neck and the head. If that's too much for you, just sit back and stretch as much as you want. Arms can be wide than the ball. Don't narrow the arms too much. Good. So let's give the arms and the upper body a break, and let's do a little bit more hamstring and glutes so we can bridge over the ball. This is intense on the hamstring, so if you feel you're going to cramp, we've warmed up quite a bit, just don't go as high. Now the ball is unstable, remember. So the challenge here is keeping that stability, okay? So we're gonna bring our feet up on the ball. So what we're gonna do is bring it close. Let's start with the ball close to you. So the whole, the calves are on the ball. You're gonna press the scapula and the arms on the ground. You're gonna press the lower legs into the ground, scoop the abdominals and come up into your bridge, and then breathe out, roll back down. So your challenge, one, you have to work really hard to keep the ball in, so your hamstrings are working. Two, you're trying not to fall side to side on the ball, okay? If you need to open up the legs wider, you can. Legs together will be more challenging, okay? So let's give that a try. I'll show it from this angle, maybe something like this. Okay, so I have the ball just below my knee here, it's not touching. And you're gonna press the ball down, scoop the abdominals, activate the glutes, and roll or lift that pelvis up, and then roll the pelvis back down. You can roll up as much as you can, roll, and then roll down, keeping that ball still. So keep pushing down into the ball. Watch your neck and shoulders. Open your legs a little wider if you need to. That chest and rib cage is pressing down towards the ground. Along with that, the legs pressing down into the ball. Okay, so 4 of these, and you feel like you're doing okay with that, then you can push the ball away and do it with less legs on the ball. Okay, watch your knees. So we were here with the knees bent. Now you can push it away, still keep the knees bent, or push it away and keep it on half of the lower leg or barely on any part of the leg. Okay, the less you're touching the ball, obviously the harder it is. Now if you have hyperextension on the knees, if it bothers you, have your legs in a V like this, and that will protect your knees a little bit more. Parallel is fine, open is fine, and squeezing the heels in a little bit more V might help your knees a bit. So now with the legs not touching the ball much and straight, press, roll, and lift. Down and down. Okay, you don't have to roll too much. We're trying to just mostly lift. The reason I say roll is because we get to tuck a little bit, and that will help your glutes. Okay, so press into the ground, lift, and lower. Try to use both sides of the legs. Press and lift, and lower. And if you're feeling, oh, I can really balance, barely use your arms. So fingertips on the ground, trying not to use the arm much, or no arms at all will be even more challenging. Press into the ball, abs and ribs tight and connected, and lower. Good. Okay, yeah, try without the arms and work that stability. Now, if your legs are together, zip your inner thighs together. Okay, if your heels are touching, squeeze the heels, even if you're not in wide V, squeeze the heels, zip the inner thighs, come up, and see how much stability you get out of that as well. So zipping that inner thigh, pushing through that back of the leg. Good. We can do 1 or 2 more. I don't know. I'm not counting. Sorry. So squeeze the heels, press the inner thighs together, and then press into the ball and come up and down. And then just bend the knees for a second and rest. Okay, so pull the ball in, drop the knees to the side, roll the ball away, bring the legs back together. It's just a relaxing movement. So pull, drop the knees, roll with the knees drop, bring the legs together, pull. So the idea here is I'm relaxing the legs, I'm not working. Just flopping and flopping. If anybody wants to mobilize hip joint, this is a great exercise. Okay, so we're gonna kill it now. For those who want, you're going to come up, stay up, and we're gonna pull the ball and push the ball. So we're gonna need the arms for this one. You're gonna squeeze the heel, squeeze the inner, activate the inner thigh, come up, and pull and push, okay? Now, as you pull and push, don't extend the back. So your abs and your core are working really hard. You can lift the entire torso, but keep that neutral, okay? For those of you who can't, if you want to keep just rolling up and down, you can. And if you want to do it less, okay? Come up, pull a little, bring it back, pull a little, yeah? So you can do just as much. It's still going to work your hamstrings. Work, just stretch. Okay, see what you want to do. So you can do anywhere between 4 to 10, staying up, pressing, pull, and push. Abs, abs. When you push, you're not pushing from the low back. It's the glutes. So my pelvis is going up and down. My torso is following that. Otherwise, I'm going to be arching. I don't want to arch today. Okay? So do how many you feel you want to do. Keep hugging the waist, the ribs, the abs. And when you're done, roll down and keep one leg on the ball, stretch one leg to you. You should really be feeling those hamstrings. Good, you can hold anywhere and pull, just not on the knee joint, right below, right above. Woo! Good. Then bring that ball in, cross the leg, stretch here, place the other leg wherever you want, just resting. Push the knee away, pull everything towards you. Try not to rotate your pelvis. Keep your tailbone anchored to help you keep the pelvis still, and just work with the legs. Pull a little more. Nice. And let's switch sides. Other leg comes in. So anchor that tailbone, keep the pelvis neutral, and then push and pull. Pull a little more. I don't know about you guys, but I really feel this area. Okay. So we're gonna come up and I'm gonna take you back. That was the break for the planks. So we come back up and let's do a little elbow plank on the ball. So core work with some shoulder work. So you're gonna be here, okay? We have a triangle going. I think you guys probably know who this. Knees will go back as much as you want, okay? Shoulders down, and then hug the scapulas under your armpits. And basically, you're gonna roll the elbows and the shoulders forward and back. So what is it doing? This is doing a lot of stability work, chest, shoulder, lats, and the core has to work so you don't fall, right? So the further back you are, the less you come forward, the less work. And then if you start with the hand and you keep going, woo, forward and back, the more work it is, right? So you start with the hand, even here, it's gonna give you more at the very front of the ball, gives you more range of motion for you to keep moving and pulling. So watch that we don't drop that core. And watch your shoulders. I need your shoulders to stay super wide. So when you come forward, yeah, we're not collapsing. It stays wide. You're pushing the elbows out of the ball. Press the elbows out of the ball to help you keep the shoulders wide. Like I want to rip that ball apart. I see that, yeah, looking good. Nice, William. Good. Good, Simone. That's lovely. So more challenge. Yeah? Keep your inner thighs together if you can. That's going to give you support. So here, start here, William and Simone. Even here, front of the ball. Yeah, and now you have more room to move. Look, you can almost go as flat. Watch that shoulder stability. Super important. There you go. Nice, Dania. That looks great. Watch your shoulders that they don't go up. Okay, so if this has become super easy, how about we come off our knees? Okay, inner thighs together, push ball away, pull. Woo! Okay, inner thighs not together. Maybe legs shoulder width. Push and pull. Try to do 4 to 10. Keep stability, shoulder. Lift your chest up, Raya. Chest up, waist up. No, the whole rib cage up. Whole rib cage up. Yeah, there's a little collapse going on. Yeah, too much, don't do. That's fine. When you're done, stretch. Nice work, William. That was good. Nice. Lift from the bottom ribs, Raya. Bottom ribs up. Pubic bone, belly button. You're arching your back. Arching. No, don't arch. It's good. It's good. It's really good. But instead of being here, I just wanted you to lift more. The core needs to work just a little bit more. But the shoulders look really good. So stretch. Come up on your knees. And let's do a little bit of spine mobility. We didn't do back extensions. Do you guys have a wall? Everybody has a sofa, wall, something. Because I want you guys to put your feet on something solid. Actually, let me see if I can do it without a wall. But usually when your feet goes against the wall, okay, we can do this back extension here. Yeah, this works for me. But if you want to put your feet against the wall, it will give you more stability. Otherwise, somewhere that is sticky. You have your pelvis pressing against the ball. If you need to do less extension, you go back. Pelvis comes off the ball. And then hand goes behind the head, squeeze the scapula, and you roll to the front of the ball. Push your pelvis into the ball. Abs tight, come up. Okay, you're trying to come up in a straight line, not arching. You're shooting forward and up. Yes. Okay, keep your scapula squeezing, or not if it's too much for your shoulders. Press that pelvis, abs tight, come up, and round over the ball. Breathe in and out, or out. Shoot forward like a torpedo. Your glutes are gonna work. Because when you come up and your abs are tight, that's what's holding you against the ball. Open up the chest at the top now and squeeze the scapulas a bit more. Abs tight, so we're not really pushing that low back too much. Try to open up your chest more. Forward and up. We're doing 10. So last thing we do. Forward and up. Very good. Okay, we're going to attempt something. Roll over the ball and stay. We're going to come up and do tiny rotation side to side. Okay? So you're going to come up into your long line, and I want you to push your ribs into the ball and then push the other. Push and push. Pelvis stays pushing into the ball. You notice I barely move, right? It's not from the neck, it's not from the shoulders, it's from your rib cage. So I want you to push one rib into the ball and then the other rib. You're squeezing your scapulas and opening that chest. Your elbows don't move. And you're trying to push one rib into the ball and remove the other one up. One rib into the ball, the other one away. One rib, abs tight. Keep tucking that pubic bone or pelvis into the ball. Try to do your 8 to 10 alternating. Breathe out, breathe into center, breathe out, and then roll over the ball. Bring your knees to the ground and just rest over the ball. Relax your head, relax the body. And if you need to stretch again to round it, you can sit on the heels and just reach the arms forward, or just stay rounded over the ball is fine. Yeah, anything that works for you. If you are sitting back pushing the ball, move the ball towards your right side. Push away with the left arm. Push the ball away with the left arm. Your chest and your shoulders are square to the floor. Do about 3 to 4 breaths and then roll it to the other side. Put your hands over next to it. Square your chest to the ground and push the ball away with that straight arm. Keep sitting on your heels when you're reaching back. And then come back to center when you're done with your 3 to 4 breaths. Push forward again and just realign that spine. Both sit bones reaching back, and arm reaching forward. And then you can round up and sit. Take your time, no rush. Good work. All right. Nice job, everyone. That was good. I love the ball. It's such good work. Rania, I hope that was okay for you.
That was great. I loved it.
Good.